Welcome, people. This your boy AP, and I'm back at it again. Brand new podcast. Time to get reactions going on. People have been telling me to start this. So AP, check out our other channels. We got the rundown. We have dad vibes. All this other content that's very educational. But I'm gonna give you my perception. Saw that the streets are hot today, and people want me to react to Dr. Bryant and Sarah Fontenot. If I said the name right, hey, oh well. But your boy AP is going to just, go through all the capping that been going on, and let's see what's going on here. And I just think we should get right into it, and I'll give you my opinion. And hey, hit the Cash App. You have something you want me to go over again, and hey, let's go see what's going on.
Ladies, both of you are here. One of you, give me a clean definition of high-functioning women.
Okay, I'm gonna go first because I coined high functioning, low functioning, and high value. I coined that on Nick Cannon's show.
What?
So we just gonna start the cap this off real. I thought I was gonna watch a nice little video, but I see that we just gonna start off here lying. I mean, high value. I swear we just didn't run past this. That then we have a gentleman named Kevin Samuels that did have value that got very popular. I'm just saying, if I'm lying, hey, tell me in the comments if I'm lying. But I don't think she coined it. I mean, that's saying that I just don't. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, people have stolen a lot of stuff. Thomas Edison didn't really discover electricity. He stole it from a black guy, and because he couldn't even write the blueprint. If you made something, you do the blueprint. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, it is what it is. But let's keep on going.
And I had trademarked it and coined it years before that. I just happened to say it on Nick's show and it went viral and blew up. And then all of the blogs and everyone start using high functioning, low functioning, and using my rubric to measure whether somebody was high functioning, low functioning, or high valued.
Stop the cap.
And then I'll let Sarah explain what her take is on it. For me, the functionality that I'm talking about is how well do you function relationally within yourself and in a relationship with the person? Meaning, high functioning is just a person who says, I can identify my emotion before I get into my feelings, because feelings cause problems, emotions don't. So I can identify how I feel. I feel angry. Okay, I can process before I produce. Let me process what anger looks like before I...
Hold on. Wait a minute. People, in that emotional intelligence, I'm confused. I mean, we just keep on having high functioning, high value, high this, high that. It's all emotional intelligence. I'm just saying. I might have to put it up on the when I edit this. Just put it on the screen what emotional intelligence is. But I just feel like we're just gonna get confused and more confused and go down a wormhole because everybody's gonna use all these words that means all the same thing. I've been to therapy. I'm not trying to jump back into it, but I've been to therapy a lot of years and did different other things. And we always get caught up on the word, but never have solutions. We have all these words that mean the exact same thing, and then everybody gets caught up on a word and they get emotional. But can we just keep it simple? Just cut off the fat of the chicken. I'm just saying, it's the same thing.
I produce a reaction that does not provide a resolve, because high functioning people think and speak to provide resolve. Low functioning people react to create more impairment and more problem to the already existing problem.
Got it.
I think that's really strong. And I think for me, it's hard because we hear these catchphrases like gaslighting, narcissist, high functioning, low functioning. We hear all of these words. And ultimately, I think what's most important is for each person to get clear with the people they are in relationship with, that are we all on the same boat of what they do mean? Because I think that's a really powerful way to look at high functioning. And I also think for me, I use more high value, high earning than I do functioning. Because functioning in essence is something that you do.
Yep.
Value in essence is something that you are. And so a value is a value system. It's character, it's integrity, it's the barometer in which you check yourself, and then the function, when you act that thing out, that's where you're going from that space. So I completely understand and agree with you in as far as like how high functioning looks that way, low functioning looks this way. But ultimately, I think what's most important is for people to understand inside of their environment environment, is everyone clear on the way that we're going with it, on the way that it means, on the actual intention of it?
No, I hear what you're saying, and just to add to that, people need to be clear on where they are in their functionality,
Yes.
and where the people around them are in their
Yes.
functionality, and how does that collective function.
Yep.
That's why.
It's like advertisement. You know, we have like I'm not even trying to hate on Dr. Bryant. Like, look, it's just like, you know, when you go on and you see ads after ads after ads after ads, just like Sarah just said everything, and you're just using different words and saying the exact same thing. We know you're both are educated women. You're just smart. There's nothing to prove. It's just, can we just let it be what it is? But I guess we have to have conversations so people could be entertained. People have all these opinions, and that's why y'all looking at this channel too. But I'm just confused of why do we do this? Why do we make things more difficult than it is? Just, you want to coin your functioning on what she just said. Market placement.
I said it's important to be a hybrid, because none of us are functioning at a high level all the time. That's called dehumanized.
Yeah.
All of us have low functioning moments. And if we are too high functioning, that means that we are too much in our arrogance and we're transactional, and relationships have no place for transaction. The boardroom is transactional. Relationships is where I'm connected with my functionality. That's where my trauma will show up.
Okay, just 2 seconds. 2 seconds, lady. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, actually Berkeley, Missouri, 17,000 hours. Went to University of Mississippi, but I majored in Kappa Alpha Psi.
Hey.
Come on,
So,
Willie.
so I want you to just really, ladies, I want you to break it down, because right now on the other side of this camera, there are ladies who are saying, am I high functioning? Am I have value? Like,
Right.
because they're doing what they have to do. They went to school, they have a job, they're doing what they're supposed to do, and their relationships aren't being successful. So can we just
What he's just saying is get to the point. That's exactly what he's saying. They're using all these words to show your intelligence. Get to the point. Get to the damn point. Get to the point. That's all he wants.
break it down so the normal lady can just understand?
Yes, and first and foremost, I just want to say this as a disclaimer. We all have value. Because I think that sometimes people are like, oh, I'm high value, and automatically that means, oh, I'm the best person out here and you're
superior.
different.
Right.
Yeah, and that's not what we're saying at all.
Yeah.
It's almost like, and this is probably a terrible analogy, but I'm
Say
going to
it.
give it.
Talk your talk.
If we look at diamonds, right? There is the VVS1 perfectly cut, flawless diamond, and then there's the diamonds that you break into little pieces
It's
and
called
it
K.
fills other
it's called
jewelry.
Diamond K or Diamond N.
Period. So inside of that, with those two things, both are valuable.
Thanks for
both
the
are
picture.
necessary, but they're used for different things. And so whenever I talk about high value or high function, I think what's most important for the women that are listening at home to think and say to yourself, what is it that I want? What is it that I want from my girlfriends? What is it that I want from my partner? What is it that I want from my kids? And when you're looking at it in that space of this is who and how I want to be, you get to define your value, because value is also subjective. Some people might look at us and be like, yo, they too much work. I couldn't, they ain't valuable to me. That's nothing but a headache.
Right.
And to someone else, they're like, oh, this is a powerhouse partner.
Yeah.
This is someone I could build with, I could live with, I could grow with. And so
I want to talk about, because I see it floating around on social.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep on cutting it off, but I do agree with Sarah was saying. Like, we had to stop getting this I'm the prize mentality and how to create more value into your relationship, build some foundations with your partner. And I like how Sarah's key point is trying to make sure that everybody knows value is more important than anything. When you're in a relationship, you build that value, you do that work, and I appreciate that. I mean, because that is good for like women to know. And if you have any kids, to teach your kids. I have a daughter, so I teach her that as well. But that's good to know. Like, hey, like, you need to build that value. I feel like that's what's lacking right now in relationships, is that a lot of people don't focus on building value for themselves. They focus on that, but they don't focus on building value for themselves inside the relationship. They just focus on, I want to be the prize. And you know what happened with prizes. You get we taught for decades, we get a whole bunch of prizes, and we put them on the shelf and get a new one. But you get a house that you invested in that has value, because it keeps it keeps you're sheltered, you keep your family sheltered. It also goes up in equity. It is a lot of stuff. So value is more important. Men that was striving for something wanted to have valuable women. So
social media.
Yes.
I mean, since the days of Kevin Samuels. But is it in the DSM-5? And is it
No.
dangerous to
First
be
of
giving
all,
out
yes, it is.
to be giving out advice based on catchphrases?
First of all, yes, it is in the DSM-5. And for those of you who don't know what DSM-5 stands for, it's the Diagnostic Statistical Manual that therapists, psychologists, and psychiatrists use to diagnose their patients. Now, I did that for the first 4 years of my career when I was a marriage, family, and child therapist. I no longer diagnose. Where it talks about it is from a social and occupational level of functioning. So it's in the DSM. There's no diagnosis for high functioning or low functioning, but it talks about the functionality of a person. That rubric of how somebody functions is how they diagnose if you are far this way functioning on the spectrum or far this way functioning on the spectrum. So to break it down a little easier is...
Yeah, because this is a very conjunction. What's your function? I don't know.
So,
I need you to give it to me.
Shut up and get to the point.
Go easy. Functionality is how well can you regulate your emotions?
Right.
Period. How well can you regulate your emotions so you're creating resolve and you're in your high emotional intelligence. So high functioning is I'm just being emotionally intelligent. I know how to function there.
Right.
But this is what it is. It's what were you gonna say, Will?
I was gonna ask something that was probably like a little off.
Go ahead.
But like, do you have your stuff together or don't you have your stuff together? Like, just break it down. Like, so I understand, like, it's in the DSM-5. You have functioning here, you have functioning there. The only
simplify it. Damn. Communication is very important. And we're not trying to see how intelligent you are. Just simplify it for your viewers. I know what it is, but not everybody does.
issue that I see now is that people who ain't never been in the DSM-5 is starting to say, well, no, he's high functioning and he high value. And it's becoming an excuse for people to commit to submit to relationships because they think they high in value.
No, I have to say,
wait, doesn't mean you're superior to anybody. That's not what it means.
Okay, so all I'm saying is inside of the functionality, so like she said, it's not in there, but you could infer that it's in there. And what that means is there's a spectrum of how we all behave.
Of course.
Right? Are you ratchet and knuck if you buck, or are you classy?
At last.
But nah, Sarah is completely right. Let's make it simple. Nook if you buck or you ratchet or whatever. That's simple. Ratchet, you don't have high emotional intelligence, you're not high functionality. It is what it is. Like, and it's not in the DSM-5. Like, just stop trying to make it in something just because you're coining something. Like, it's not. Just be transparency, man. You're just confusing viewers and make just. I hate when people use a whole bunch of big words or smart words or whatever you want to call it, and it's not necessary.
Almost like masculinity and femininity. We all have each, right? Masculinity and femininity, they are not genders, they are energies, and we all have both. Masculinity is certain, it's decisive, it's strong, it's let's do it, it's get it done, it's achievement. Femininity is flow, it's cooing, it's nurturing, it's let me raise this up.
I like the way your voice changed.
Thank you.
It's nurturing.
I'm a feminine woman, you know? So I say that to say we all have both, but where are you at on the spectrum? And so when you read, David Data has an amazing book called The Way of the Superior Man.
Yes, that's my
book.
It's an amazing
That book is beast. I recommend anybody to read it. Anybody, if you want to learn about your partner, your man, if you're your man or men, you need to read that, of course. But like women got a husband, something like that, read that book. And just look. I just want to point out something. Look at how Sarah conducts herself, just naturally, and look at Dr. Bryant. They're both intelligent women. They both have points, I guess. But you see the femininity in Sarah. And Dr. Bryant, it's a lot of masculinity right there. Like, and it's just naturally with Sarah. And I think that's sometimes what men are just talking about is how girls move just naturally. It is sexy just to have, that softness to you. Because it makes a guy want to listen to you. Just this little gem to drop in there.
Every woman and men should read that.
You was reading it?
I'm an avid reader. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be in a Me Too movement.
Wait, before y'all go on, I want to say.
No, wait, let me finish this point. Let me bring this home.
You could be ratchet. You could be ratchet and still be high functioning. Because I want to say this. You could be ratchet and still be high functioning.
Shut the fuck. Shut. No.
Functioning is not about a ratchetness or not a ratchetness. Ratchet gives a very derogatory.
The response of it, though.
But no. A person can be ratchet and be high functioning.
Bryant.
How you function has nothing to do with if you're ratchet, if you're hood, or if you're not. A functionality is how well do you regulate your emotions.
Exactly. I agree with that. So if you are traumatized, right? Let's say that you are triggered all the time because you haven't taken the time to resolve your trauma. This is a response. Oftentimes what we label as ratchet or knuck if you buck or whatever it is, it's because those are the way those women are behaving. It's not a look. It's not an essence. It's not an energy.
But let me ask you this.
No, let me finish. It's how they finish. No, Dr. B, let me finish. You don't ever let me finish.
Them ratchet? I'm asking the question.
No, you can't ask.
Oh boy. Okay. Look, let's get into it. I can't deal with it no more. It's starting to become. Look, if you're ratchet, I can't believe she's a therapist, and that is just blow my mind. That's what really it's. Look, it. Oh my God! Stop the cap. Look, if you're ratchet, you cannot be high functioning. If you doing ratchet activities, yes, everybody, like she said in the beginning, even Dr. Bryant in the beginning, everybody's human, so they're not going to be high functioning all the time. But when you have ratchet activities, you're doing breaking into cars, or if you're just twerking on top of a car in the middle of the highway, you're not high functioning at that moment if you want to use that word. So you cannot say ratchet and you could be high functioning. It doesn't make sense. You are a doctor, and then how you communicate, you're a doctor. I'm confused. That's the exact reason why when people have certain positions, that's a therapists need therapists. When people have certain jobs, don't assume that they're just don't have their flaws or know how to communicate or use their practices. They maybe could tell you what to do to maybe help you out if you do your practice, but sometimes it does not show, because she shouldn't be over talking, because communication is very important. Let her listen and respond. She's listening and take it and then say what you need to say. It's just communication 101. But ratchet is high functioning. Like, what are you saying? I'm done. I'm done. I'm just look. I'm gonna have more videos coming out. This boy AP, and I'm back at it again. But hey, look, if y'all have any videos that you want me to react to, just email me, hit the Discord or Cash App, and I do my Cash Apps for you just so I can go over it. But I'm out. I can't take it no more. But if you want to check out, I'm going to have the link in the description of this video. Look for the rest of it. Y'all can view it. That's my opinion on it. Sarah, she's actually interesting. I might make some more videos for her about Sarah, because I can take that intellectual conversation of her femininity. But at the end of the day, I'm out. Your boy AP. Peace.